Hey guys, it's Bob. Welcome back. Hope everyone's having a great day, or morning, or evening, whenever it is you're watching this. So today I'm going to be reacting to Carpenters Legacy singing Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft. And before we even get into this, I want to take a little time and talk about the original Carpenters version of this song, because it was a very unusual song, to say the least, for them, and honestly a very unusual hit for anybody to put out. Unless you're a dedicated Carpenters fan, there's a good chance you may never even have heard of this particular song. It came out during, I think it was the late 70s. I don't think it was the 80s. I want to say late 70s, when there was a huge fascination with UFOs, extraterrestrial life, space exploration, all that stuff. Kind of like what we're looking at today. I know there's been a lot of talk recently of, is there life from outer space, UFOs and all that stuff. So back then, people were genuinely intrigued by the possibility that we weren't alone in the universe. And this song, I think, really captured that atmosphere perfect. And what made it so interesting is that the Carpenters didn't treat this like a joke or any type of novelty record at all. They approached it seriously. Richard Carpenter built this huge orchestral arrangement around it, and Karen sang it with the same warmth and respect for the song and sincerity that she brought to literally all of her music. And because of that, the song ended up, I think, feeling surprisingly emotional for something built around such a strange and odd concept. Musically, I think it was also ambitious for the Carpenters. There were big layered vocals in the song. There's dramatic orchestration. I think there were, it's been a little while since I've heard this, but I remember there being long instrumental sections. It almost felt more like a science fiction soundtrack, I think, than a traditional pop style song. And honestly, most artists, especially back at the time, I don't think wouldn't have taken a chance on something this incredibly different from what was being put out at the time. But that's honestly, that's what kind of makes this memorable all these years later. So just to give you a little heads up, this is kind of a unique song. I'm really interested to see the Carpenters' take on this, because this is an ambitious project for them to be doing this. They must have had an itch for being creative, and they had to scratch that itch. So this is a really good song to do that. So let me get my headphones on, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. So I listened really quick to that first section I did, and believe it or not, I have to make a correction. A very rare thing on this channel. I make plenty of mistakes, don't worry about it. But I said I was interested in seeing the Carpenters' take on this song. I meant to say the Carpenters' Legacy take on this song. Obviously, the Carpenters did it a long time ago. So I'm ready to do this. I think I've spoken enough already today. So why don't we just get going on this? Let me turn this on. And here we go. Carpenters' Legacy.
All Hit Radio, All Hit Radio.
All right, you're listening to All Hit Radio, and it's 53 degrees.
I got to say something really quick. I remember watching this Carpenters video. I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is really an old video, because it was really grainy. It was hard to see anything really clear. This is so clear. It's like I'm watching something completely different. So that's kind of neat. Welcome to 2026, right? All right, here we go.
Degrees at 13 minutes past the hour, and right now in our all request line, I've got Mike Ledgerwood on the phone. Hey, babe, what would you like to hear?
We've been observing your Earth.
Hey, babe, I'm sorry, I can't hear you too well. You're gonna have to speak a little closer into the phone, okay, babe? What would you like to hear again?
We are observing your Earth.
Hey, Mike, I'm sorry, babe, but that's not on our playlist. And by the way, you sound great over the phone. Anyway, if you give us your request, we'll be glad to play it for you, babe, so let's hear it.
We are observing your Earth.
Listen, Mike, I'm sorry, babe, but
We'd like to make
I'm sorry, Mike,
with you.
And that's how the Carpenters did it,
In
too.
your mind you have capacities, you know, to telepath messages through the vast unknown. Please close your eyes and concentrate with every thought you think upon the recitation we're about to sing. Calling occupants interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary, most extraordinary craft.
Sally's sounding good on this.
Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary, most extraordinary craft. You've been observing our Earth, and we'd like to make a contact with you. We are your friends. Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary ultra emissaries.
We've been observing your Earth, and one night we'll make a contact with you.
We are your friends. Calling occupants of interplanetary, quite extraordinary craft.
Okay, I'm going to pause right here. I was kind of sorry I kept flashing the screen up because I wasn't sure where to break, but I'll just break here and be done with it. This, you have to see the original to appreciate how good this is compared to the original. I guess, I don't know if I said that right, but they have done this incredibly well. Let's be clear, this is just a really difficult song to pull off in general. It's not a pop song. It's theatrical. It's orchestral. It's dramatic, and consistently throughout the song, it kind of shifts in mood and stuff like that. You've got quiet moments. You got huge vocal sections. You got layered harmonies, spoken parts, massive instrumentation. There's a lot going on here, and from what I'm noticing here already is that the Carpenters Legacy seems to understand that balance between committing to the premise of the song and its sincerity. They're not making this overly campy, which I think would be incredibly easy to do, but they're also not stripping down away the theatrical side of the song either. The music, and musically, you can really hear the contrast between this and most other Carpenters song. I think that's why when this came out, people were like, what are they doing? Usually the Carpenters created this very intimate, warm feeling. This song feels much bigger, and like I said, it almost feels like cinematic or something. It's such a difficult song to talk about because to me, this isn't like a typical Carpenter song. It's less like sitting around in a living room listening to music, and it's more like stepping into a production here, and that's really not like the Carpenters. And again, that's what made this song so incredibly special. Okay, I'm going to play this to the end. So far, they're nailing it really, really well. And like I said earlier, it's kind of nice to see everything crystal clear.
And please come in peace, we beseech you.
Only a landing will teach them.
Our Earth may never survive.
Do come, we beg you.
Please, interstellar policemen,
Won't you give us a sign?
give us a sign that we reached you. Oh. ability to form and transmit thought energy far beyond the norm. You close your eyes, you concentrate, together that's the way to send the message we declare World Contact Day.
Sounds good.
Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Calling occupants of interplanetary most extraordinary craft. Calling occupants, calling occupants, calling occupants of interplanetary anti-adversary craft. We are your friends.
Okay. Wow. This was an incredibly ambitious undertaking that the Carpenters Legacy did here. Not an easy song. And if you had never heard this before, and if you didn't know now that this was a Carpenter song, would you even guess that they would create a song like this? This song just always just kind of blew me away. There are so many like moving pieces here. That a song like this can really kind of fall apart, I think, if you don't have complete control over it. I mean, it shifts so much and it changes emotion and feeling. And there's, like I said, there's so many moving pieces and tempo shifts. The changing dynamics, there's no traditional pop structure at all. This is definitely, as you're listening to this song, this is definitely a journey. The Carpenters' Legacy did well here by not letting this performance become chaotic in any way. Even during those bigger moments, everything just felt very connected, kind of like in a way we would hope, if you've heard the original, kind of the way you would hope it would be. The vocals, the arrangements, the pacing, it all felt like it was moving towards the same destination. And that's important with a song like this because the listener has to trust you through all these changes, and those transitions don't have clean edges to them. It's constantly shifting between atmospheric, emotional, and almost science fiction style drama. And with all that, they're staying right in the sweet spot where the performance still feels really like grounded to the song because they're not pushing it too hard in any one particular direction. It's just really well balanced. Really, really, really well done on an incredibly hard song to really translate here in 2026. It's just, and they did it perfect. All right, let me get my headphones off. I'm going to listen to this one more time because one, I can, and two, I want to just see if I missed anything. And then I'll be back for final thoughts. Hold on. Welcome back to Final Thoughts. I remember when I first heard this song, it was a long time ago. I'm surprised I can remember that far back. When I first heard the song, I remember I was shocked. I guess that's the best word for it, because I didn't think that the Carpenters would ever put anything out like that. I was used to Close to You and songs like this, and this was just so far out there. And now that I'm hearing the Carpenters Legacy perform this, I'm kind of feeling the same thing all over again. What I think the Carpenters Legacy really understood here is that this song only works if you fully commit to it. And Sally and Ned, I think, really showed us how committed they actually were to this. You can't half perform a song like this. If you try to tone it down too much, it loses all the things that makes it special. On the flip side, if you push it too hard and the drama comes out too strong, it can start feeling overdone, like really fast. And they didn't do that as well. And I think they walked that very, very thin line on this song quite well. Another thing I appreciated is that they didn't approach this like they were just trying to create the original version, like note to note. You can feel their respect, obviously, for the Carpenters' version of it, but it still feels like they're experiencing the songs themselves rather than just copying it. And that's important with a song this incredibly unique, because the moment it starts feeling too calculated, the magic kind of disappears. I also think they did a really good job of holding on to the human side of the song with all that orchestration, the space theme concept, the big production. It would be very easy for the performance to feel kind of cold or distant, basically a miss. But they kept it warm enough where it still made us feel really connected to the people performing it, the Carpenters Legacy. And honestly, that's probably why this worked, I think, as well as it did. They understood that underneath all the science fiction based elements, this is still supposed to feel like wonder filled, not just weird. And I think that's captured really well in this video. If you haven't seen the original, I'll include a link below so you can compare the two versions, and you'll get a way better understanding on how great this performance really was and how much they had to work to do this and the effort that they had to put into it to create something like this. I've reacted to a number of Carpenters Legacy songs. I think this is their best. I don't want to say this is my favorite song of the Carpenters, because it's not, but as far as what they did with the song, this is the best. I like the sappy Carpenter songs a lot, but I like the song only for, I always liked it basically just for its uniqueness. But now that I see this and I have a different perspective on it, I sense now more of those quiet moments and more of the kind of unique out there moments. And the marriage of those two concepts in one song just blows my mind. So really well done. Good job, Sally and Ned. Love you guys. And I can't wait now to look forward to your next video that you put out. So listen, guys, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And remember, only life is priceless. Please make each and every day count. God bless all of you. Peace out. I'll talk to you next time. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.